2024. This is the year that I hit the reset. So 2024 is the first year I truly felt lost. Ever since I was a teenager, I knew what I wanted to do. It's all I ever did, all I ever studied. When I finally walked away from it, I felt so lost. And it was very scary. And this career that I'm talking about was music. So ever since I was young, like I said, this is all I would do. People would know me for this. I did anything, headphones, always listening to music. I'll be watching YouTube videos, music production. It was all music, always, always, always. I first started off DJing. I was blessed enough that my parents really believed in me and supported me a lot, that they put me in a DJ school at a very young age. It was called Scratch Academy. I went there, learned how to DJ. Then as time goes by, I start playing shows. That later on led me to production, where I started to realize that some songs didn't have intros, right? So I started dabbling in editing music and adding little intros, little 4 bars, 8 bars, just like a loop, a drum loop, and then the song. It didn't even have to match. It was just something for like a beat match. So that's what really sparked my interest, right, in production. So I started doing edits like that, then eventually started seeing how people would produce music. At that time, I loved EDM. That was all I listened to. If it didn't have a drop, it wasn't a banger. But yeah, I watched tons of videos, live streams, especially Virtual Riot. That eventually led me to later on going and pursuing the career path of audio engineering. So I went to school for that. I went to SAE. And luckily, years before that, I had been studying as much as possible. Like, I already knew production, I already knew recording, I already knew gear, I already knew the frequency, I already knew mixing, you name it, you know. So when I went there, you know, it sharpened my skills, obviously. That just elevated me more and really, really educated me and like to the science behind things. And I loved it. Loved it, loved it. To this point, I had loved it. It was everything, right? And you know, as time went by, something shifted. I don't know. Music wasn't like fulfilling me as it was before. I knew I wasn't where I wanted to be. And for a long time, I knew it was time to let it go. Felt like I was imprisoning myself, you know? Putting this stress, putting all this for no reason. So, quick little break. Let's make something to drink. I'm actually in the mood for some orange juice. Okay, so as soon as 2024 hit, the 1st of January, I quit. Quit everything. Never touched Ableton again, didn't open up Pro Tools, nothing. When it was official, I felt like I was in the middle of nowhere with no idea where to go. And yes, I was working already and managing my family's business. And don't get it wrong, I've been there since day one, building it from the bottom with them. Been there from the struggles. Trust me, I've been there. And yes, while I had that going on, my hands still felt empty, you know? For the first time in my life, I felt like I didn't know what to do. And I didn't like that. It was the worst feeling. Okay, so before we continue, we gotta mention today's sponsor of the video. I'm kidding, I'm not there yet. But, you know, as tough as that decision was, it eventually opened up new doors. And the answer was literally in front of me the whole time. As I gave more and more attention to the business, I realized something, that I enjoy learning about business. I enjoy solving problems. I enjoy, as weirdly as it sounds, working under stress, which sometimes it could be too much, if that makes sense. If you guys know, you know. And I really dove into the business in the sense of learning. I started listening to podcasts. I started talking to other business owners, started learning about lead generation, started learning about optimizing ads. I started learning about landing pages. I started learning about the effects that color have to customers, you know, all these things that I would have never thought. I fell in love with it. It's the ability to solve problems. It's the ability to work under so much stress. It's the ability to think so big. And it's like, I didn't think I was able to do that, but here I am. That's beautiful, because I do eventually want to scale this to the point where I could move on and do another business and automate this one. And I can't wait for that. That's gonna be so much fun, because it's like, if you're a gamer, it's like hitting prestige, you know? You prestige, you start over, but you already know the knowledge of the game, you already know everything, and it's just, you know, building up, building up, building up. But that's gonna be a fun part. And now that I found this new purpose and drive, I want to document all of this, every step of the way. I didn't take much pictures, much videos of the things that I've done and accomplished, you know? And sometimes I think, wow, this would have been great to film and enjoy years later and be like, wow, look at young me doing this, you know? But it's never too late, and I'm starting now, and I think documenting everything is so important, especially if you guys think the same way as me. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one in the world that thinks like this. Trust me, I have a feeling that me watching this even 2 years from now, where I could be if I continue filming or if I don't continue filming, but if it's still online and I get to look back into this, and I want to share the highs, the lows, and this is not just for me. This is for anybody else feeling lost that I can hope to inspire to do that thing that you've been wanting to do forever. And not to just straight up quit your job. Do it smartly, you know? Try to figure out ways that you can transition to do the things that you've been wanting to do for so long. All right, guys, so that pretty much sums up the whole video for today. If you guys ever felt lost or felt like you needed a reset, you know, I would love to hear your story. Just comment it down below. I'll read it. If I could input my advice, I'll try to help the best I can. But I feel like most of us know what we got to do and what we want to do. It's just we're too scared to act upon it. But all right, guys, again, thank you. Have a great day.